The FM Roadhawks Field, the Valley City YouTube streaming page, and a little difficulty with our anything Park River and Valley City. Difficulty with our anything Park River and Valley City. We'll get you caught up here between 5 and 1 on the year. Toss over to first, not in time. And this is going to be a big test for Valley City champions this past high school season. They went 20 and 5. And led off with a walk, rounds at second. He's on his way to third, and the throw's going to get cut off. Top of the first inning. Again, live and direct from Newman out in game for Valley City. Full-header sweep last night against Dickinson, 5-2 and 14-4. There by Samuelson to second, out there, and no relay. On the force for the second out, Amdahl comes across to score. And it is a Trace Anderson, a .250 hitter on the year, no homers with 1 run driven in. And the right out at short is Trevor Fetch. Chase Coughlin at second, fouled on the left field line. Parker Olsman's in left field. The right-hander, one of the college football. Here's the pitch to Anderson, high for a ball. Heck, so far, his third appearance, his second Scouts, has a 2.33 earned run average and a 2-0 record. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Trace Anderson, DHing for the second baseman, Kieran Zella for Heck, and that will retire the side, but the Pirates do get number 1, and the Royals coming up. Corbin Powell will lead things off here for the Corbin coming in, hitting misses low and away for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Corbin Powell. RBIs. That 1 home run came yesterday in the first game against Dick. Count. Amdahl delivers wide, and the count now 3-1 on Powell. 2-1 on, or 3. First one issued by Amdahl. That'll bring up Jack Samuelson. 353. He has a home run and driven in 8. That home run came against Jamestown. He'll step in with Powell, the runner, at first. Jackson Amdahl on the hill in the pitch. Powell takes a lead off first. 0-1 the count here on Samuel. And I'm going to say it was not fouled back. That was a swing and a miss and a wild pitch. So it is fouled back. That was a swing and a miss and a wild pitch. So it is a pass ball. Down to second base goes Powell. And it's a 0-2 ball. Down to second base goes Powell. And it's a 0-2. Amdahl, the right-hander for the Pirates. They've got Berg at third. Bernhoft is at short. Brown. They've got Berg at third. Bernhoft is at short. Brown. Here's the pitch, and on that one is a foul to the Amdahl. Is pitching tonight. Amdahl 4 strikeouts out of his 4 outs. They have all been strikeouts. Here's the pitch. Swing of his 4 outs. They have all been strikeouts. Here's the pitch. Swing for the out. That was Brown. 4-3 on the put out. Out number 1. Sikora, the left-hander, goes after the first pitch. Sikora, the left-hander, goes after the first pitch, a high, and hustling in and tagging and scoring is Powell. Stumbled and fell out in center field, flipped the ball to the center fielder, and it's a 1-1. That'll bring up Leighton Hendrickson. One ball, no strikes. Prior to that, pitch misses. Prior to that, pitch misses. Ball two, two balls and no strikes to Leighton. 429 now on the season, no home runs, and he's got balls and no strikes to Leighton. 429 now on the season, no home runs, and he's got 10 runs driven in. There's Heck pitching. On ball, the right-hander delivers 2-1. Park River team that won the state championship here at the end of. Here's a ground ball hit to the right side. First baseman Solsing has it. Run, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. One complete. Park River won. Gegenberg will lead things off. He's driven in one and takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. In the strikeouts, and that pitch just misses the outside corner. And it's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing, and that pitch low. Ball 2, 2-1. Here at Newman out. Minor league ball for the FM Twins back in the day. There's a swing and a foul to play. 2 balls in state athletics before going to the Yankees and finishing his career with St. Louis. But, of course, made his big splash as a Yankee. Configured dimension-wise like Yankee Stadium. 314 down the right field line. There's a pitch inside to Berg, ball 4. So Berg draws the first walk. Torrin Beneda. Beneda, the right-handed batter. And takes we're members of the Aggies state championship team. He is 0 for 1 so far during the Legion season. Takes that pitch high for a ball. But again, those dimensions very. And now they're calling catcher's interference. And Beneda, the batter, turned and pointed at Corbin Powell. Second, Beneda on. And that'll bring Colton Gravelin to the plate. Now Gravelin takes the first pitch low for a ball. Colton 250 on the year. No home runs. He's driven in 2. Charging, fetch, scoops, boots, and everybody's safe. Then he throws back to third and runner back in. And couldn't get a finger on it and bobbled it and dropped it. Under the plate, looking for his first hit of the season. And the pitch to him. Outside, nice stop by Powell. Nearly down. Bases loaded, middle infield, double play depth, corners. Sikora and the count even on Brown. 1 ball, 1 strike, hitting in the number 9 spot. Jackson. There's a swing and a miss, and the count of ball and 2. Got him. On the back pick. Powell, they pick off one big out there for Bryson Heck and the Royals. And now 1 out with runners at first. Brown. And Heck delivers. Swing and a miss. So big time strikeout, number 3. And then came around to score. And retires the side. Bases loaded, nobody out, and they do not score. No runs, no hits. There was an error. James Schwer will against Jackson Omdahl. And the first pitch to Schwer is in for a strike, 0-1. James, a little bit high, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. We're starting to talk about Omdahl and what he did in that semifinal game against Thompson. 7 innings, allowed just 2 hits, 4 straight state championships. They were going for a 5-peat. The count 2-2 on James Schwer. 2 balls. And that pitch just misses the outside corner. Runs the count full now. 3 winds out of the northwest at about 9 miles per hour. Gusting by Omdahl. It'll bring up Parker Rolfsema. And he takes the first pitch in for a strike at the 0-1 here on Parker. Schwer off of first. To the major leagues, the netting all the way from the, more importantly, so are the people in the press box. Though I think if it gets up and over the netting, it could still come in. So if it does get up and over the netting, we could see it and utilize it. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball wrapped out towards second. Berg to short. 4-6 on the force. Rolfsman with the fielder's choice brings up Luke Proska. In 5. And he'll take the first pitch in for a strike. 0-1. 1-1. The big scoreboard over the left field fence here. And swing and a miss. A ball and 2 strikes. A lot of these players, matter of fact, all of them. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Proska with the ground single to left. Rolfsema checks in at second. Royals have runners. Fetch hitting 2 strikes. No home runs, and he is driven in 8 of the 8 spot. That's where he sits again here in this game with Park River. That one misses out. Omdahl out to the mound. Brady Omdahl title. The count 2 balls and no strikes here to Trevor Fetch. Royals have runners at first and second. Did they call that a strike? They did. They call that a letter high strike. 2-1. Spot, different result. That one misses ball 3, 3-1. There kicks, delivers 3-1. There's a ground ball to the left side. Gloved at third. The throw across for the gets to third. Proska moves to second. And it'll bring up Bryson Heck. Here recently, he's at 448 now for the year. No home runs. He's driven in. No balls and 1 strike on Bryson. Runners at second and third. Valley City, we're tied at 1. Bottom of the second inning, 2 outs. Now misses wide for a ball, 1-1. And that one bring their new hats this year as well. That's white and blue VC on the front. There's a strike called at the knees outside half. 2-2. And outside, he trying to get him to go fishing. And Heck lowering position. Big opportunity here to help himself out. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. The high. The side for the Royals. No runs, a hit. Nowhere as they leave 2. The third inning, and he takes the first pitch outside. Ball 1, 1 ball, no strikes. Bernhoff in. And the fastball belt high, misses the outside corner, working from the windup. And the pitch. And balls in one strike. On Connor, ball 3-1. Top of the third inning, game tied 1-1. So Bernhoff gets the walk, and that is good. Jake Solsing. Again, welcome to those of you joining us here on the VCBA Street. Chase Coughlin taking it himself and doing the job. A 4-2 away, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Noah Tropgruben. Nothing in one. Tropgruben hitting .444 coming into tonight. Now 8 after that fielder's choice that brought a run in. There's a strike call. Working from the set, even though there's nobody on. Here's a ground ball foul down the third base line. Just wrapped up his junior year for the Aggies. Got him on a slider on the outside part of the plate. Fourth strikeout for Heck, and that. Corbin Powell lead things off here in the bottom of the third inning. Have the Berg, who was his third appearance of the year, second appearance of the year, his first out of the bullpen. Short, gloves it, throws the first to the out. 6-3, Powell retired. This year, there's a check swing on Samuelson. The strike going to be called. Nothing in one. Jack grounded out to second. Is there? Waving Legion ball. The Red Sox are losing. Oh, sorry, Eric. Had to say it. Son on the 1-1 pitch. Singles in the hole at short. Hit number 2 for Valley. In one. No balls in one strike. They're coming off a 9-0 and 12-1 win against the Fargo Comets. Here. Normally, I do not do this, but I'm going to do something here in a minute. Next opportunity. Up and on his way to second base. That is going to be an error on the pickoff attempt there. If you are watching on YouTube, I do apologize. The quality isn't the greatest. You're seeing some glitches, and here at Newman Outdoor, it would be different, but our Wi-Fi was not compatible. The Wi-Fi cell phone hotspot, and so that thing has slowed things down a bit. So I do apologize. Here's a grounder, not 3 on the putoff for out number 2. That'll get Samuelson to third. Obviously, relying on a cell phone, things just aren't going to work out as well. To enjoy tonight's broadcast, and there's a pitch to Hendrickson that misses low for the Red Hawks. He was helping me. We were trying to get it to work before the game. That's why we were late getting on, but 3 balls and no strikes on Leighton Hendrickson. And there's low, ball 4. So Hendrickson with his first time up. And the pitch to him. Used by Coach Omdahl. There's a line drive caught at third base for the final out. A line drive. Berg slid over to the pitcher's mound. For the Royals, no runs, a hit. All on YouTube. Trace Anderson will lead things off here for Park River. There's a swing and a miss by Anderson, 0-1. Anderson of the swinging variety. There's a pop-up, short center, left center, actually, and coming in, rolling up the pitcher, Keegan Berg. In time for the out, 5-3 on the put out. So quickly 2 away from Beneda. Beneda reached on the catcher. Balls, 1 strike. And winning their 4th in a row. That one misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Beneda. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Doran again wrapping up his junior. 2 strikes on Beneda. And here's it into left field for a base hit. Hit number 2 for the Pirates. There, his first time up. And he swings and nubs it foul down the third base side. Nobody out. The runners at first and second. It was a chopper that everybody was safe. Did a little soft line drive just over the glove of Sakura and just count, no balls and 2 strikes. Upstairs for a ball. Quick throw to first. Got him. Another back pick, and Powell picks off Beneda for the Pirates. No runs, a hit. Nowhere's nobody left. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. It's Park River 1. Parker also and Fetch. Olsimo reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. Takes the first strike. Other games today in the majors. Blue Jays defeated the Red Sox 4-3. Strike called, and the count of ball and 2 strikes on Rolfsema. Rather funny, though, being of Scottish descent, not so for out number 1, Solsing makes the play for out number 1. That'll bring. Story I heard does not surprise me. That is the phrase I'm trying to get out. Playing their games in the Boston area. There's a strike called. Bars around Fenway Park are running out of beer because of the. There's a pitch missing for a ball, 2-1. I think Croatia is also in that pool. So yeah, the bars that are around the Fenway Park Strike. And here's the pitch. Prosecuted by Berg, and it'll bring up the shortstop, Trevor Fetch. Now Fetch will step in, grounded to third his first time up. One out on to second base, take the turn and hold on. 1 ball, no strikes here. Out, 1 on here in the bottom of the 4th, game tied at 1. Giants-Braves game postponed. The other game that was scheduled for today and later tonight. 1-1 on Trevor. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. And that one hits the outside corner at the knees. Catcher has it. Third base side of the mound. Throws to first for the out. 1-3 on the putout. Up the pitcher, Bryson Heck. And here's Berg delivering. Is a swing and a foul at the plate. Live here from Newman Outdoor Field, home of the FM Redhawks. They're on the road game. Normally when they do something like this, they usually try to have maybe an all-day type of thing. Have 3 or and there's a fastball high, ball 2, Valley City. Here's the 2-1 pitch. 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Up and in, and the count now runs full, 3-2. Walk number 3 issued by Berg. Runner first for in the third. And even that one misses outside for a ball. 1 ball, no. He's backed off the plate just a little bit tonight. Times last night. The third time brought in the game ends last week in Bismarck. Runner goes, and the pitch. But it was a strike called on the pitch, so it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Sikora. With the runner in scoring. It looks like he's moved off the plate just a little bit after being games. I think it's more than that, but that's what they're saying officially. He's going to come all the way through. Sikora's going to try to take second. He'll be in, and the Royals lead it 2-1. And for Sikora, that is RBI number 6 on the year. And Hendricks into the plate. He's bounced out. First base unassisted and walk, 0 for 1. Royals leading it now 2-1 down to the bullpen for Park River. And that Berg delivers. That misses inside. 3-0 the count here. Fifth. And there's a strike called. 3-1. On the roof of the press box. As I said, we get open in the main body. They don't. They're smart. They've been here before. 3-2 the count here. Knocked down by the pitcher Berg. On the run, the second baseman Brown has it. Almost say 1-4-3 on the putout. It might have clipped off the glove of the pitcher Berg. Third base and 2 outs. Takes a pitch low and away for a ball. James is walked and lined out. Third inning. Takes that pitch for a strike. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike on James. The game last night on the hill, 7 solid innings. And a foul back. And that'll even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count here on Schwitt. Into the second deck here amongst the 4,172 is the capacity. And he is still face down in the dirt. Padded, but it's a cement wall behind home plate. And he did it. I think he just had the wind knocked out of him. He's taken off the chest protector. And now Coach Omdahl is going to do the little concussion protocol. You can probably see, I don't know if you can see in the darkness behind home plate, holding his lower back, and just a foul ball. And they count 2 balls and 2 strikes on Schwer by calling him Grafton. All of the Park River faithful going back to their seats. Just wrapped up his sophomore year for the Aggies. Warm-up tosses here by Berg. Andrew Sikora, the runner at third. 2 outs are in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 2-1. Strikes. Berg delivers. Strike 3 called at the knees. And he got him looking firsters and one left. 5 complete. It's Valley City 2 and in the top of the 6th for the Pirates and takes the first pitch for a ball. He is working from the set position and pitching a little more comfortably. The last 3 innings and been helped out by a double play and a pickoff. Now it misses hot in these last 3 innings. And actually only 1 hit. 3 balls, 1 strike, off, and a pitch. Letter high strike. Balls, 2 strikes on Bernhoft. And Bryson Heck delivers. Swing. And that will bring up the first baseman. And Heck here delivers. Solsing takes it up and in, ball 1. 1 ball. First of 2 here tonight. Second game, a 5-inning game. That one team to get a chance to get here at Newman Outdoor Field and get some ABs, play in the big field. There's a ground to the foul territory side of first. Sikora had to stretch across the baseline there on Samuelson. That's the 3rd error charge to the Royals. And tying run is up here. So the wild pitch moves Solsing to second. And it's a 1-ball no. And the pitch. And a check swing. Pitch 7. Also has the lone home run hit coming in, hitting .444 on the year. And a count 2 balls and 1 strike on Troftgruben. Trace backing up. Samuelson has it. Make sure the runner stays at second. This time, a good throw across it. The aforementioned designated hitter, Trace Anderson, to the plate. And Anderson is struck out and flied out. Here's a ground base dugout occupied by the Royals. And goes all the way out towards short. 0-1 the count. Players that just wrapped up their senior year for Park River High School here on the Legion roster. Visitors of the home team on deck circle. Singh, Kieran Sullivan, Reeves Jorgensen, Anderson, and Tucker Armdahl. Then around third, they're sending Solsing. Here comes a throw cut off by Samuelson. It'll be an RBI single with a 2-out RBI single by Trace Anderson, picking up his second RBI. Berg has walked and grounded out. Set by Heck in the pitch. A ground ball to third again. Samuelson on that bounding ball on the left side. 2-out singles, and that'll bring up Torin Beneda. He is reached on the catcher's interference. Another grounder to third. This time Samuelson makes. Boy, they were peppering the left side of the infield at half inning. They get a run on Park River 2, Valley City 2. the first pitch, fouls it straight back, 0-1. Barker reaching on a fielder. Keegan Berg delivers. Balls and 2 strikes. Berg came on to start the third inning. Out, 5-3 on the putout. 1 away. That'll bring. And Proska takes the first pitch just above the. Berg delivers. And right off the end of the bat, foul. Number 68 for Keegan Berg. Just off the mask of the catcher, Gravelin. And the count still no ball. Dahl did walk a couple, struck out 1. All 2 strikes. And that's going to allow Proska to reach. That'll be a strikeout, number 2 for Berg. And that pitch misses low and in for a ball. 1 ball, no strike. In the tie game, bottom of the. See if Coach Carpenter has him see if he can get that lead run and scoring press box. And then down into the stands, down in bowling in the shade, right below the press box. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count. Going to be a stolen base for Proska. So Luke Proska is in scoring position. He puts himself there with a. And now Fetch takes it just on the outside corner for a strike. The runner in scoring position and 1 out. And the pitch. It stayed right on the Agri line and right down the third base line. No more than a foot for the plate. One out. Here's the pitch. He swings and pops it foul, and that's going to be on all sorts of opportunities here with Bryson. Good speed on. Here's the pitch. Well, we're not crossed to score. Fetch will stay at second, and the Royals take a 3-2 lead and out. That was pitch number 78 by the right-hander, and we'll see if he's got the hook. They're going to have a pitching change. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is when we return. Second, and Wyatt Carlson making his first appearance this summer on the Legion, up his sophomore year on the high school team. Has not pitched. Berg will move out to right field. There's one in the dirt, and that's going to go to the backstop. That's going to move Fetch to on Corbin Powell. Powell's walked, grounded out, and flied out over with 2 runners in scoring position. Royals leading at 3-2. One strike. Infield up all the way around here for the Pirates. Here's a little soft liner. Glove there at first base by Solsing. Steps on contact. Down to the third base goes Heck. It's an RBI for Powell. Mighty swing and a miss. 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. One also has a stolen base. And the pitch. That's a strike. Now, and the pitch. In the dirt. That one gets away from Gravelin, but not too close enough to keep Bryson Eck at third base. The count 1-2 strikes blocked there by Grablin. And the count 2-2. Newman Outdoor. And looking over the landscape here. That put runners at first and third. And it'll bring up has it, the first baseman unassisted to the bag. And that'll retire the side. No errors, they leave 2. We go to the 7th. It's Valley City 4, Park River 2. Golden Grablin will lead things off here again in 1. Grablin reached in an air and grounded out. 0 for 2. Ball not a play. That'll be amongst the customers here. Not. They do have one concession stand open. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Here's a good start for the Pirates. That is going to be hit number. And he goes after the first pitch and fouls it straight back. 0-1. Brown had struck out. No home runs, 4 runs driven in. He'll bat here with Grablin the runner down at first, ball, 1 strike. Ben shots. He'll make the catch. Grablin goes back to first, 1 away. One hit in the first inning and scored a run, then flied out and popped out. Did they call that one strike? No, you see, just missed outside part of the plate. 2-0. 2 balls. Bryson doing well in the pitch count, too. He's 4 pitches in 7 innings. Here's a fly ball to right field. That's going to roll into the corner. Here goes Grablin at third. He's going to be with 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out. And that'll bring up Connor Bernhoff. The screen above the first base dugout. 0-1 on Brett here with runners at second and third. 1 out. We're in the top of the 7th. Royals leading at 4-2. Another swing. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. After tonight, Royals off till next Tuesday when they'll be in Wahpeton to pick balls and 2 strikes on Bernhoff. The backstop. That's going to get Amdahl to third. A head first. And it's a 3-ball, 2-strike count on Bernhoff. Well, Bryson, that one was up and swing and a miss. He struck him out. Big strikeout. That is number 6. Carpenter goes out and has a word with his pitcher, catcher, and infield. Bryson, he still has 10 more to go. Actually, it's 120's play over by the picnic area. So Bryson quickly out in front. No ball. Who is singled, grounded into a double play, and reached on an air. Going to be over his head, and this is going to get cut off and stopped before it gets to the warning track. So Solsing puts a charge into that one over the Trumpgruben. And he takes a letter high strike. 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Noah. And now Heck delivers. Royals will have Hendrickson, Schwer, and Rosema due up in the bottom of the 7th inning. Home takes him to first for 1 unassisted. That will retire the side. But the Pirates get 2 at the bottom of the 7th. Clayton Hendrickson laid things off for Valley City as they bat here in the bottom of the third. Stott Amdahl for out number 1. Hit it right on the line, but James tonight walked, lined out, and struck by, or knocked down by third base coach Chase Carpenter. Wide Carlson in his first full inning of relief. One out, nobody on. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Schwer. Get a run here this inning. And the by Schwer. That is hit number 6 for the Royals. Looks like Hudson Krewald is going to go out and run for him. I think for Schwer. Runner at first, 1 out for Parker Olves. 1 out here, 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Carlson came in. One did let inherited runners score, and that one in the dirt, ball 2. Mueller, the runner down at first, takes his lead. And that one is over but low, ball 3. 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes. And the shadows now creeping, almost all of home plate now in shadows, about 3/4. Swing and a foul at the plate. So the count now full, 3 balls, Valley City. Game tied at 4-4, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. As the pitch is swung on, there's a high fly ball into right center field, right field way. That'll bring up Luke Proska. So Proska now will step in, and he'll take a strike of the knees. 3rd strike, he was able to reach, stole 2nd, would eventually come in to score. With Trevor Fett. And that one misses inside. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 to the right-handed hitting Luke Proska. Here's the pitch. And 3 balls, 1 strike on Proska. Here's a ground ball right side. Gloved by Solsing, the first baseman. He'll take it himself. 3 unassisted. Valley City 4 and Park River 4. Not playing, they're not, and there's a strike called on Trace Anderson. It'll be Anderson, Berg, and Bennett. There's a swing and a miss, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Away. And that'll bring Chase Carpenter out of the dugout with pitch number 1 of the 8th inning. Royals and Pirates tied at 4. This American Legion. Leighton Hendrickson now will his third in relief. And that pitch misses low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 9 earned, 12 walks, 6 strikeouts. And .95 earned run average. Torrey Powell makes the catch and kind of falls to the ground. And that is out. Doran Beneda. Beneda 1 for 3. Reach actually when he into the catcher. Beneda then 1 for 2 with a single and reached on catches and no strikes. Beneda facing Leighton Hendrickson. Bryson Heck 7 in the third inning, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. And there's a strike at the Lenders. 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Big strikeout by Leighton Hendrickson. Valley City 4 and the Pirates 4. Trevor Fetch will lead things off here for Valley City. It'll be Fetch, Heck, and Power. Misses for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Trevor 1 for 3 with a run scored. With an ease on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Carlson ball back up the middle and into center field, a base hit. There's a good start. And that is going to be hit number 7 for the Royals. Hits are now even. It's so to throw to first for the out. Good sacrifice there. 2-3 on the putout. 1-0 Powell, who was walked, grounded out, flied out, and had a RBI ground. In after the trip to the mound by Coach Brett Omdahl. And Powell will face Carlson. Up in for a base hit. Fetch now is going to have to hold. He was about a quarter of the. I think is getting a little look from some instruction from less than halfway. So it'll be a single for Powell. That's hit number 8 for Valley City. On that little bloop single to right field. Check swing. Low, ball 1. Fetch leads off game, tied at 4 in the pitch. He swings and fouls that one off the facade. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike, just off the Doug Simonik. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Samuelson. Miss. 1-2. Should score Fetch from second and end this thing. Game tied 4. And 2 strikes on Samuelson. Here's the pitch. Low in the dirt, gets away from so Trevor will get down to third base. Now the winning run, Samuelson. Everybody's got base if he wants it. Here's a high fly ball. This will do it. Way deep to center field. 5-4. And we'll see how they rule that one. It was a high fly ball. And I think they're going to give him an error, and that is fine with us. That'll be an error on the game changer, but we're going to give him a hit and an rider. We've got a 5-inning game to follow. This is American Legion Baseball.